Hi everybody, it's Miss Simpson here. Today we're going to practice making our own woodblock print, but instead of wood, we're going to use our styrofoam plate. So you're going to need your plate. You need something that has a point but is still dull, so you don't want a knife or anything like that. A pencil that hasn't been sharpened lately is good for this. You'll need your sponge, you'll need your white sheet of paper, and then you'll need some paint. You have paint in the kit if you wanted the kit, or you can use paint from at home, whatever you have. So the first thing you want to do is take your plate and flip it upside down. We want to engrave on this nice flat part. You'll take your pencil or whatever you have that has the point but slightly dull. You're going to draw a picture onto this plate. You want to gently press hard enough that you're making an indentation, but light enough that you're not actually going through the plate. So you can see here I drew that line. I made an indent in the plate here. Now you'll have to think about your drawing because whatever you draw on here that's indented will show up white on your picture. So we'll cover this with paint. We'll do the print. So you'll see all this area that's not indented is what's going to take the paint. So it's kind of like a negative in a picture. So be mindful of that when you do your picture. Okay, so you see I have a drawing here. I have some squiggles, some dots, and some little people. So once you're happy with your engraving, you're going to take your sponge, dip it in your paint. Make sure that you brush off any excess paint because if you put too much paint on there, it's not going to work. So brush off your excess paint and then sponge your paint all over. You don't want it too heavy, so just a coating so that wherever you want the paint to show up is covered. Okay, like this. So you can see here I covered my plate with paint everywhere that I wanted the drawing to show up. Now I'm going to take my sheet of paper. Now if we were doing a wood block, we'd put the paper on top and push really hard, but that might break our styrofoam plate. So we're going to put the paper down, then we're going to turn our plate over, and then we can push. Make sure you push and rub it all around here to make sure the paint gets down on the paper. I actually found it works well if you use a coffee cup or something with a smooth surface, so you can kind of just go around this circle and push really hard without indenting the plate or accidentally tearing it. Okay, now we're going to gently peel our plate off, and if you look, we have our design here on the paper. For this one, I used a little bit more paint, but you could see I had too much on here, and it filled in some of my drawings. So play around with it to get the right amount of paint. You have an extra plate in case this one breaks, or you wanted to let your paper dry, do another drawing on your second plate, and then you can print another color on top of this. So if you have any questions, let us know. Go ahead and make some prints, and we'll share them together as a group and see what we came up with.